Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we recap the recent Brewzle Festival held in Alabama. My name is Kathy Cool. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley and my special guests Tim Swiat and Von Nieters.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey-oh, so yeah, we're going to be talking today about the Brewzle Festival. Miss Becca Sue was slated to be here, and she had to bail because she was coming home from Brewzle Fest and couldn't be on the call with us. So we're going to recap it, and I've got information from her as well as Royce, talked to both of them who were in attendance at that event. So we'll recap it through that perspective. Secondhand as opposed to firsthand, but it is what it is. We have to move forward with the show. It has to get out there for the fans. The fans need this.
The show must go on.
It must go on. It must go on. Yeah, so we'll talk about that after the break. For right now, Von Nieters said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
I do. I have a question.
Okay.
What is your favorite style of cuisine?
Italian. I like Italian food. That's
Over everything else.
Yeah. Over everything else.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one style and then just live with it the rest of my life, I would go with Italian because I like the pasta. I like pizza, of course, that falls into that, and and the chicken recipes and stuff like that. Yeah, I like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'd go Italian.
They do a good sauce.
They do a good sauce. Yeah.
The sauces are good.
Yeah. How about you, Kathy? What would be your preferred style?
I guess I don't want to sound like lame, but I really love steak. So can I just pick like American Steakhouse?
Steakhouse, yes. That is a one you could pick for sure.
Okay, then that's what I'm picking.
All right, that's not a bad choice. I know when on my Italian only diet, there'd be times when I'd miss it. All the American stuff. You still have bistecca. You still got some stuff you can get in Italy, but America does better with the steaks than any place else. So yeah, I would miss out on some of those things for sure. Tim, how about you?
So I'm more of a cage-free, grass-fed.
Oh God, Lenny! No. You know you're not Lenny, right?
Yes, I am not Lenny.
Tin
I tried
fish.
to channel my inner Lenny, and I almost vomited in my mouth here trying to do it.
Right.
Not going to happen. It would have to be Italian. They got the sandwiches. They got everything. Give me the pasta. Give me it all. Give me all the carbohydrates. There's a reason why my triglycerides are through the roof, and my doctor yells at me about my diet. So here it is. It's Italian.
It's Italian. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Von Nieters, you asked the question. What's going to be yours? Fast food?
I was going to say Italian too, but I think I'm not gonna because you guys did.
You're going to teach us a lesson. That's
I am. So I'm going to get the best of both worlds here because I guess maybe.
Mediterranean?
I like pasta, and that's why a big reason I wanted to go Italian. And then also, Kathy brought up a really good point. It's like steak, good good steak. You can't mess around with that. And you brought up that America is probably the best place to do that. I'm going to go with Asian because you can still get some good Japanese Wagyu cooked really nicely. And then also you got all your lo mein, all your rice dishes, shrimp.
Noodles were actually invented in China.
See?
Fun fact.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Interesting. So that's good. That's good. So, if you had to do one, no one wants to do just one, of course. I don't think. Right. We like the variety. But, if you had to pick one, that's what we would select. So there you go. Anybody had a good one for like second place? Maybe just like...
Nobody said Skyline.
Skyline,
yeah.
Why did you even bring it up?
That falls under individual restaurants, not a food style. I guess it's its own style.
Style that ranks number 51 of the top 50 foods in all the states.
No,
that's below getting hit by a car.
No, that's excellent. Excellent.
It ranks number 1 on best local chains.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that was a USA Today article.
Oh yeah, thank you, USA Today. You're doing good work.
USA Today is on crack.
USA Today is doing good work. Yes, they are. So,
what are they basing that on? Are they listening to the podcast?
They might listen to the podcast.
They might be supporters.
They get that from Steve Akeley himself.
Yes, because we know I'm the only one who stands up for him on the show. Though I think there's got to be a lot of closeted Skyline eaters. Because I know it's a very popular chain. I mean, it's not like this is a restaurant that's going out of business and I'm the only one who likes it. There's a lot of people that apparently like Skyline Chili. They're doing just fine. I just saw they're getting ready to start aggressively expanding. So they're looking at, now they're kind of in the Midwest and all. They go down to Florida. There are some in Florida, but now they're looking at going to other places and stuff. So things are doing okay with Skyline.
Start lobbying for a St. Louis location.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Maybe in the
start of the fall.
Fox Valley Plaza would be nice. That's Skyline. Look at that. That's where you want to be. So,
which restaurant would you have to eliminate? Captain D's?
Any of them.
Who cares?
Their choice.
Get rid of all of them.
They're all terrible. Yes. Yeah. So, I'm not interested in any of them there.
Actually, I don't know if we want the Skyline that close to the shop.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. You might want one
back to the shop from Skyline is what you don't want.
Exactly. You might have to add another bathroom if that's
That's
you
true.
guys want to place it on the way home for Steve?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Plumbing in the shop, is it solid?
Oh yeah.
For now,
plumbing's outstanding. Danny put it in, so yeah.
Yep. We know it's good.
Yeah, we know it's good. Yeah, Danny took care of us. So, yeah. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Von Nieters.
I have the plastic on my bottle still.
Oh.
Okay.
And
that's a party
it's an Elijah Craig toasted barrel. Yeah, she's not here though.
Yeah. You feel safe, don't you?
Yeah.
I do.
Wow. That was really good.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Red line, Takai finish. Takai. I do like this one, but you wouldn't know it by the amount of pours out of here. So I'm going to have to take a heavy pour.
That's your 5th bottle.
Yeah. Barely made a noise. Barely anything out of that. That's what I find with red line. Red line's a one. There's many of them like that, but it's one pop and then that's it. Forget it. Then you get nothing out of them the rest of the time I own that bottle. All right, KK's next.
I am going to dig into some seagrass.
Ooh, nice. I have no seagrass right now.
Get out.
None. I drank it all. I found one last bottle, and I mowed through that thing in like 3 weeks, of doing shows. And it wasn't even down where I drank downstairs. It was up here in the studio, and I drank it all during shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Basic, but not enough there. Tim, you can steal this thing. You're last but not least.
Talk about sure. The good news is I did take the plastic off of my new bottle. This is the newly anointed top small batch whiskey best at San Francisco, Hidden Barn 23B.
Yes.
Nice.
One of only 4 bottles that I know of in Illinois.
Nice.
So, swide on the set.
Such a disservice to.
I almost heard a little squeak, and that was it.
Beautiful Oh, here.
There was a
Yeah,
squeak.
we hear the squeak before the pop.
Right. I don't know what
Trying
happens
different
there.
things. It's not working.
Yeah.
It is a shame.
I almost think this is on purpose. This isn't.
Yeah. To Tim's credit, he didn't wait around on 23B. As soon as I announced I've got this, he called right away. And like he got forward. I was like, that's the right call, man. And again, I don't know how it's going to go that day, but Tim says I went 4 of them. And, it was a matter of hours later. We sold through our 12 and a half cases that we got of that. It didn't take that long. It wasn't like it was sitting around there days. It was hours. And so good call, man. And then we continue. People are still coming in and saying, do you have any of that 23B left? And it's like, you had to move a little quicker than that, buddy. It's been a week. Yeah. People don't mess around. They jumped on it. So I heard things have been going good at the distillery too. So that's good. I love it. I love the fact that they won that award. And it's important. And so they're basically, selling out of their inventory. And have to ramp up production on that. They got the whiskey already. They just have to have Jackie do her thing where she goes through and identifies the barrels and what the batch is going to be and all that. So they got to do that process. So that's good. That's good for business for sure. So
I love the picture of Royce because he never wants to smile, but you could see that kind of smirk, like he was so freaking happy and excited.
Yeah. It's been fun for all of us because we again, it's this thing where people before they've achieved the success that that they're going to get when you meet them, and it's fun to actually see it happen. And we've certainly seen that with Royce, to go from the small, unheard of distiller to guy winning best small batch in San Francisco, for God's sakes, the Super Bowl of these events. So many of them don't mean anything. San Francisco does mean something, and to win that category, the one there's more entries in than any other one. I mean, there's not a heritage brand. There's not a mid-size. There's very few of the even small craft distilleries these days that don't have some sort of batch, and they're all entering in San Francisco, hoping to get that lightning in a bottle and get the win. And he won the damn thing. That's crazy to me. So so cool. So cool.
You have to expand the front of the distillery to put more place for all the freaking awards that he's winning.
Right.
All the
That'll be the next expansion.
You got to create more shelf space.
The trophy room.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Deserves
cheers,
it.
Royce, cheers, Jackie, Nate, the whole Hidden Barn crew. This is spectacular.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Congratulations to Yvonne Nieters, who won the cork pop there. And cheers, gang. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's Brewzle recap time. We'll talk about that festival, what it was like, and much more after the break. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. Solid cork pop.
And then I threw the cork. Solid cork drop.
Yeah, terrible cork pop. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily. I'm a big bourbon guy.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to give you a third-person report of a festival that happened in Alabama, the Brewzle Festival.
Yes, we are. Brewzle Festival was apparently an amazing event. So Royce and Becca Neely went down there. The idea was to have Becca come on and talk about that. She couldn't do it, and I thought, well, we don't want to delay the show, and then it doesn't come out for 8 weeks after that event. So we're doing it now. But I have talked to both Royce and Becca as it was going on, and then after the fact, and so I have a pretty good idea. It was in Brewzle's hometown, and it's in Alabama, and I don't even know how to pronounce the name of the town that it is, but it's Brewzle's hometown, which is cool. I just did a festival, and a large part of it was in my hometown, and that's special. That felt a little bit extra cool than and different than the things we normally do. He had, they said, up to like 700 people there, which that's pretty damn good for a small independent festival one guy's doing. So, and it was all first class though. That I understand that they paid for their speakers to transportation to come in. They paid for their hotel and their food and stuff like that. And it's basically just a one-day festival. But they bring them in on Friday night, all their speakers and stuff like that, so you don't have to get to that place, last minute. And so they're there, and so first night is just for, it's like 50 people. This is the presenters, Brewzle and his family, and then people who are volunteering and helping out at the festival itself. So about 50 people, all at TJ's house, TJ Gamble, aka Brewzle. And I understand it was incredibly nice. I mean, he has an amazing bourbon collection, and anything is fair game. So people are drinking birthday bourbon, and it's drink whatever you want. You just open up the room, you drink whatever you want. Please, if it's not open, you can open it. Most of us have a rule where it's you can't open anything. His rule was if it's in that room and you see it and you want to drink it, drink it. So that's pretty neat. And then he had a hibachi chef in there, so you could go around the house. And there's different like small little gatherings within the house, and then there's this professional chef that's cooking up food to order for those that wanted something to eat while they're there. I mean that's first class. That's
first class.
That's
cool.
And letting 50 people in your house, that's a lot. That doesn't sound fun to me. From a host perspective, not going there. It sounds very fun, but from a host perspective, that's and he doesn't know these people. It's not like having you guys over. You guys are some of my best friends, but having a bunch of people that you've met through business relationships, and then saying hey, come down and spend time in my house. That's a leap of faith, but he did that. So to his credit, and this is why I like this guy. He is a good person, and that's what Royce and Becca said. They're like, we like him so much more than we even did after going and spending time with him. And that part of it was going out in his backyard and just hanging out. And he elected to sit a lot by them, which I get it. They're fun people to be around. Brewzle spent a lot of his time with Royce and Becca, and they thought that's pretty cool. So so that was neat. And then the festival itself, again. They said it was well put together. They had tasting rooms and tents and all this kind of stuff, outdoor, of course. And Royce and Becca said it was awesome. That the crowd is very polite and good. They're into things. They knew who they were, and many of them were coming up and saying they're looking forward to coming to their distillery and stuff like that. So it sounded like a really great event. They did say that it was fun to hear, and not fun from, it's too bad for Brewzle, but the same stuff I deal with. People get mad at you for things that happen, or bitching about the price of this or that, and it's the same thing I deal with. And sometimes I get frustrated because I'm there, just hustling and working and doing things all for the people's fun, and they forget that. I'm not a professional organizer of things, and he was doing the same thing. He was catching some heat from time to time, and they're like, "We thought of you, Steve," when we saw him, dealing with some of that stuff he has to do. They're like, "You're not the only one, buddy." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate that." It's actually kind of endearing. It's kind of like, yeah, okay, he's a kindred soul when it comes to that stuff. So yeah. But, you guys saw some of the pictures and stuff like that. They had a good time down there, and it sounds interesting. I mean, I was invited to go to that, to attend and present, and hopefully that is an open invitation. It happened to be the same week, on the exact same day that I had Bourbon Palooza, so I couldn't do it. That was something that was in the works for, 6-7 months, so I couldn't give up that. But they are going to be moving his festival to April. They didn't know if they'd do it the next April or a year from then in April, because of the massive undertaking it is. But they also felt like October is too busy. People have there's a lot of festivals in October because the weather's pretty good around the country. So they're going to be moving that. And whenever that is, if they invite me, number one, and number two, assuming I can make it work schedule wise, I'll definitely be part of it. So it sounded fun. What do you guys think about what I just talked about?
Is this the first one that he's done?
Yeah, first Brewzle Fest. So yeah, first time he did it. So yeah, but it sounded like it went well. So I'm sure they'll do it again based on the success of it. So,
any idea of how many
how many people?
Distillers or?
Okay. Yes. There. It's available online. You can see it. It's not a huge amount. We're talking distillers wise. Like 4 or 5, and then some other, industry type of people that were there. Distillers.
Old Dominic was there.
But it
was there.
Yeah. Cat's it was, and then Kenny from Pursuit Spirits was there. Royce, and when you're talking about Royce versus the other folks that we just mentioned, here's a guy who's, some of those are NDP brands. So, you get Royce, he's at a different level. We know Royce is a great presenter anyway. He always will tell you he's not, and he gets nervous about presentations. He's like one of the best speakers you'll ever see. You get him in front of a group.
It's such imposter syndrome with him, and it's
I know. Yeah. So,
get himself psyched up. I get it.
Yeah.
There's a way you have to turn on a switch for him, and he's more of an internal guy and a close friend guy, close network guy. And then when he's got to open up to people, it's not easy. But you flip a switch and you kind of present. You go into like I hate to say it, it's like performance mode, and then you get into it, and then you're comfortable and you start rolling.
Yeah.
I think that Ben Holiday was there too as well. So yeah, there's a decent amount of distillers there. Nice.
Right. Yeah. So that's cool. So yeah, it sounded like a great little event, and it had to be a big boom for his town. So that was cool. One of the things that actually surprised Royce and Becca, they went to what's one of the steakhouse chains? They went to one of the big steakhouse chains.
Outback.
Texas.
Longhorn.
Longhorn Steakhouse. Longhorn Steakhouse is where they went. So they go there, and people ask them, why they're there, because they're not local. They know a lot of the locals, so they're like, "Oh, we're there because of Brewzle." They didn't know who Brewzle was, which surprised me. A small town, you would think a guy who has that sort of impact. And they said, I'm a distiller, and he's a bourbon influencer. They're like, here in Alabama, in this town, whatever the name of that was. They're like, yes, here. And they're like, and he's a big deal. And they're like, oh yeah, he has like 1 million social media followers if you look at across all the platforms. And they were like, you've got to be kidding me. So that's kind of surprising. Sometimes, so again, this makes me feel better, like a kindred spirit, because many times I'm amazed that, and certainly I have a following, but it also amazes you how few people, when it comes to the scheme of things in St. Louis, that are quote unquote bourbon fans that have no idea who you are, all the things you're doing. It's like, it seems like if you're paying half-ass attention, you tell me you're a bourbon fan, at some point you would have stumbled across the stuff I'm doing, but it's not necessarily the case.
That actually makes me respect Brewzle a lot more, because if you have that many social media followers, normally you're walking into places and asking for comp meals and this bullshit and that.
Do you know who I am?
Picture here. Yeah, I appreciate the word of mouth. I appreciate the the way he's going about this thing and building that community. Because Steve, you're right, it's kindred spirits. It's just like how you built this community. You let the activity and the people talk for you, and you just present the opportunities to connect. And if you can build the right opportunities to connect, magic happens and word spreads, and that's more powerful than social media stuff, this, that, and the other over time. It just means more.
Yeah. So very cool. So it sounded like a great festival, and very affordable too. And some of the people were complaining about it, but VIP tickets were $100, and then I think it was like $50 for regular admission and $25 for a designated driver admission. And Royce and Beck were saying there was a lot of stuff there. There was a lot of things to do and stuff like that. I think that sounds incredibly affordable, really, for what you're getting. So, yeah.
Yeah, not the full day of event stuff, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So it was a VIP entry at 3:30 to 5 was a VIP special tasting presentation, a meet and greet with Brewzle. 5 p.m. was general admission entry, 6:30 to 7 o'clock state of craft whiskey panel, 7:30 to 9 Brewzle live. Last call was at 9:30, 10 o'clock it ended. So,
yeah.
And free parking, by the way. So it's not like it's really nickel-and-diming everybody on that.
Yeah, I think that's
best, and you're spending $20 on parking for an empty spot. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think it sounds like an incredible value. So, if you're going to do those things, it costs a few bucks, unfortunately. And the VIP, it sounds like there's, if you're a true VIP and you're think about it, if you are a big time Brewzle fan, and he's got people all across the country, there's people in from everywhere. They were talking about it. It's amazing. There's people from California and Vegas and all these people Royce and Beckham met. There are people from all over. Well, if you're truly a Brewzle fan, the meet and greet that you get to spend some time with the guy, it seems like that's probably worth the price of your admission right there, I would guess. I mean, if you're sitting out in California, how often are you going to see the guy? So I don't know. Seems like a good deal to me. But yeah, that's just how people can be too sometimes. So yeah, it's just interesting.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So there you go. Good stuff. It's got my endorsement. I haven't been to it myself, but it sounded like a good deal. Sounded fun and interesting. And when it comes up again, I'll take a look at the schedule. Hopefully I can be a part of it. So we'll see. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
Tim.
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
Kathy.
You can find me on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website. I think it's going to be abvnetwork.com. Please make note of that because you're going to want to check that out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, if you could come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. If you're in St. Louis, make a quick trip out to Arnold, Missouri, a St. Louis suburb, and we'd love to have you taste some of our whiskey that we have on hand, and of course, have you maybe pick up a bottle or two. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Anything else to say before we get out of here, Kathy?
Yes, I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.
Bye.